Hello, welcome everybody. My name is Amy. Welcome to Amy Janae Weight Loss Community, where there is just a wonderful group of people who are all like-minded. We just want better health, a better us, better future. Today we're going to talk about something that somebody just recently reached out again and asked me. I hear about it a lot. I read about it a lot. Those pesky plateaus. But sometimes people will say, I just can't pull my food together. I've been on a plateau for 2 months, for 6 months. The one that wrote me last week said, I've kind of been on a plateau for the better part of a year. So these are 4 important things to remember if you're finding that the scale is not moving. That can be frustrating, especially when you started one of these weight loss regimens. You have goals for yourself. You see other people reaching their goal weight. You want it to happen for you. I know what that's like to want something so bad for so long and nothing you're doing is working. So you found something here that works. We know they're FDA approved. We've seen the stats. These are great products. How can we get them to work for you? Okay, first, let's hit number 1. Do you need to titrate up? Is your dose so low that you're still having so much hunger, so many cravings? You have a regular meal, it just isn't enough. Do you need to titrate up? I have very good friends of mine who probably should have titrated up long before they did. They were what you would want to say white knuckling it. It wasn't easy. It was hard. They were really struggling with their food, struggling with their calories. And it's because their dose was just too weak. That's what it's there for. And we thank you so much for tirzepatide and semaglutide, which is completely changing lives because it's making our brains work properly. So instead of being hungry from when you wake up until when you go to sleep, instead of eating a whole meal and wanting to go and eat the whole meal over again because you're just as hungry as when you started, these medicines really do make our brains feel more normal, get more normal messages. After we eat, we feel full. Wow. Had never experienced that. It's really exciting. If you're not getting that, that's the joy, that's the gift, that's the magic. Thank you to Novo Nordisk and to Eli Lilly, who is producing these amazing drugs that are giving us, we're seeing every day amazing results. And so talk to your doctor and really think about, do you need to go up to a higher dose? It can make things easier for you. It can really make you feel that satiation after you eat. So you're just not eating as much, and it can have a big difference on the scale. Number 2, I want you to want it. So your weight is in your hands. And back when I was losing my initial 60 pounds, I remember thinking, hey, I'm going to write down my calories. Sometimes I'm going to want to keep eating because that was the normal habit. I had done that for so long. I had just kind of ate when I wanted to eat and snacked when I wanted to snack. But I said, no, I want to make sure that I'm not overeating. That's not what I'm here to do. I want to join everybody else who is reaching their goal weight. These big decisions, they're in your hands. You get to decide if you're just going to even though you're kind of full, I'm just going to keep eating, all that's going to work against you on the scale. And secondly, just remember, 1, just put on your plate what you're going to eat for that meal and then you're done. So you're not tempted to go back and overeat. But number 2, don't choose the junk food. And when I was in my weight loss mode, I really sat a lot of those high carby, highly processed, really snacky foods. Don't do much for me nutritionally. I sat them aside, and I think it got my body just I was this smooth running machine. Every day kind of looked the same. My body got into a rhythm. I was used to just a certain size meal. Bam, before 6 months, I had lost 60 pounds. Even though you and I can do the math and be wow, I don't think that's really normal. That's pretty exceptional. I think she might be the outlier. Yeah, maybe so. I'm the most normal at that point. I was 49. I'm a 4th grade school teacher. I have 2 sons. My mom let me sign up for the lifetime membership of Nutrisystem in high school. Like, I've been working at this and failing a long time. I really wanted this really bad and tried it all for a long time. So in some ways, I'm kind of your poster child for the obese person that nothing worked. And then, hello, Mounjaro. So yeah, pick your foods wisely, because it can just set this really smooth journey, this smooth road, and take you all the way to your goal weight. And number 3, use the shot to your advantage. I remember using psychology quite a bit with myself when I was losing the weight. I remember thinking, you have been given something that has helped you do what you have wanted for 3 decades. And so use it to your advantage. Don't say, well, I'm just going to kind of eat all the same kind of foods I was eating before, just less of it. No, I was not picking good foods before. And so now I had this drug, which for me really helped me feel full. And I was like, embrace that. I know you have this habit of overeating, but really embrace the magic and really the power of these drugs and what they're doing for your body and how they're making your stomach feel and the messages that your brain is getting. Take full advantage of this drug, Amy. So for me, I jumped on an app. I had done it before unsuccessfully so many times. I had jumped on and jumped off the bandwagon, but this time I didn't stop. I actually logged every single meal. It would have been so easy not to do that. It probably would have maybe even been more fun just to kind of eat and go on with my day. But instead, I really processed, okay, what foods am I choosing? What are going to be my quantities? And then I would plug it into my phone. I wanted to take full advantage of these drugs and the opportunity that I was given. So that's number 3. And number 4, I wrote rough leads to rough, and strong and controlled leads to strong and controlled. And that's because if I start making the wrong decisions, I want to make the wrong decisions again tomorrow. I'm finding that even on maintenance. Some of you might live near breakfast shop where when their breakfast items are hot, there's this really flashy red sign that comes on and lets you know they're fresh and ready for you to pick up, and it's nothing but sugar. And if I get that today, I'm not like, oh, I'm good. Look at me. I had a treat. I want it again tomorrow. And if I'm eating a lot of those foods just are not good for me and processed, giving me no nutrition, I don't want to come home in the evening and make my grilled chicken stir fry with some beans and some rice and some peppers and onions. I don't. I get on the wrong trajectory and I am headed downhill. And rough, for me, leads to more rough. But when I'm in control, and I'm cooking really good meals that are good and healthy for me, when I'm making those good, strong, controlled choices, the next day I want to do it again. So even though right now, if you're on a plateau or if you're not making good food choices and you're just in this habitual cycle, I get it and I've been there. And you kind of want tomorrow to look like today because that's the rhythm that you're in. Take full advantage of this situation that you have been given. It's not going to be fun tomorrow. Your brain's going to want to do something different. But instead, get rid of all that junk food. Go to the store, get some amazing foods that are nice and colorful. Have you noticed everything processed is like gray and brown? Get some nice, colorful foods. Enjoy a delicious meal. And you're swimming against the stream, but do it for the next meal too. And when you wake up the next day, it's going to still be a bit annoying. I'm just speaking from experience. I found that it takes about 3 days. But after 3 days, it's like the wheel got greased. Honestly, it's like things are just so much smoother. I'm happier to make those choices. Things are just all moving in the right direction. Yeah, rough begets rough, and strong and controlled creates more strong and controlled. It's up to you. Make those choices and get yourself in the strong and controlled zone. All right, everybody. Well, that's been our video for today. I want nothing more than to hear that you're off of your plateau, that the scales are moving again. That doesn't just happen with like some magic dust sprinkled. That happens because of amazing choices, your great mind, the great decisions that you're making for yourself. I know you can do it. If you have any other advice for us, throw it down in the comments, things that have worked for you, or if you're currently on a plateau, or things that you have done to get yourself out of that plateau. All right, everybody, keep shining bright and have a great rest of your day.